Welcome to Will It Work? I'm Kevin. Today we're looking at the Sega Nomad, which is basically a 16-bit Genesis. Sega Genesis. I bought this new at one point when this was out, and this was not terribly expensive. Now, I don't know about the day it came out. Maybe it was a little bit expensive at launch. I don't know. But I know that, like, for what it is, it wasn't bad. It had a really good screen. It had good control. It wasn't very heavy. And to me, it seemed like a great bargain. Like, there are a ton of Sega Genesis games out there. There's a lot of great ones. And this was basically a full 16-bit system in your hand. Now, I realize that with a lot of these things, battery life can be a problem. But we were well along with rechargeables and the fact that, plugging it in and playing it, I wasn't going to take it on the bus or something. I wasn't in school when this thing was out. It was more along the lines of something that I could pick up and play casually without having to, set the Genesis up in front of the TV and all that kind of stuff. Now, today we have these handhelds that you can get from China that hold like 500 games on a SD card, and you play them. Other than the controls on this probably being superior to most of those devices, I wouldn't, say that this is something to go out and get today. But it was surprising to me that the Nomad wasn't more popular. It was just one of these things where there's a mindset that gets sunk in with gamers, especially, but I think it's with a lot of things in life, where people, like, if you're a PlayStation guy and you're all about your PlayStation, and you don't want, like, mentally, like, there's this weird handicap where you don't want anything to disrupt that, because you spent your money on that. That's what you play your games on. You want that to be the thing, and you want all of the support to go there. And it's like a betrayal or something if you were to go to a different console. And it's a weird thing. I know professional people, that can easily afford both a Xbox and a PlayStation, whatever version you want. All through my life. Like, I've known, from the beginning of, could you want Sega or PlayStation? Do you want Xbox or PlayStation? Etc., right? And many of these people just have this mindset where they only want one. They're just going to get one, and that's it. Now, I understand. I get the guy that has, like, a limited amount of space in his living room or whatever, and he has room for one system, and that's what he's going to play his games on, etc. I'm not, I get all that. But what I'm saying is that there are just people out there who, purposely choose to just have one. Yeah, they take one for free from somebody else, but, they're not going to like something on the other console. Like, if Xbox came out with a really great game, like a Halo game, they would just make fun of it. They would just be like, yeah, that's just Halo, it's no good. You know what I mean? And those people I just never understood. I didn't get it. I've never understood the mindset, really. I mean, it's just like, you can have more than one, dude. You can totally get all the systems. Like, it's not, there's only 3 now. It's not like it was in the 80s where there was, 14 different people making game consoles. There's, literally 3 mainstream game consoles. And one's portable. So it's like, you can totally get them. It's not hard. Save up a little bit. But no, they want it all. They want to be the ultimate fanboy of one system. It's just bizarre to me. And so, Sega Genesis had sort of run its course with a lot of people, even though the vast majority of people didn't come anywhere close to playing all of the games that were on offer. And, they were like, well, I'm only going to play, and I don't want to just pick on PlayStation people. They only wanted to play Xbox. They only wanted to play PlayStation 2. They only wanted to play maybe Sega Saturn or something, and they were like, that's cool and everything, but I'm done with Sega Genesis. I'm going to move on. It's crazy. It's just crazy to me, because this was a really good handheld, and you know, competing at the time against Game Boy Advance. I mean, this was backlit. This was playing, you know, full-size cartridge games in a really nice package. Surprises me. So, take a look at it here. Now, I don't have well, I probably do, but let's look at the hardware. Now, this is well played. I'm not going to kid you. It could be cleaned up. I use this for a lot, and I packaged it back up, etc. So this is plugged in at the moment, and I'll zoom out here just a touch. That's zooming in. And I want to just show you, there is a battery back here, right? It takes your typical 6 batteries. And this thing here, this is pretty cheap. This battery back, or this battery case, is like something that's just asking to be broken, basically. It's, you know, 6 AA's, and it just kind of snaps on, you know, and it kind of slides onto the back with these 2 contacts. And see, I didn't even put that together right. See what I'm saying? It's kind of, it's just not, it's not good, basically. It's easily to be broken. And then you kind of gotta push it down like that, and then, you know, you'd have the battery weight on there too. But if you have the adapter plugged in, it's not so bad. Now, you can totally plug in a normal Sega Genesis controller here on the bottom, right? We have volume and brightness, which is kind of nice. And you can also run out here to your, you know, your typical AV out from the Genesis. You know, you probably have one of these cables. If you had a Genesis, you could run this right out into your composite, you know, and you could even set this down with your controller, play your games on the big screen, and that just works like a regular Sega Genesis. I don't think it works with the 32X. I don't know for sure. I don't think so. One reason is that 32X takes the video out from the, well, geez, you know, maybe it does, because it actually does have a video out. I don't know. Probably not, but maybe. Maybe it's a, I don't know. It'd be weird. I don't think the 32X part would display on the screen here. It would probably have to run out of the 32X into the TV. But could it do it? Could it support it? Probably. Maybe. I don't know. Also don't know about Sega CD. It doesn't have the expansion port, though, so I don't think it could do that. But maybe 32X? I don't know. Anyway, let's turn it on. Try not to get too much of a glare here, but we're looking at our Yazzie game that I keep playing on all of my Sega demos. I do have a Sega multi-cart coming at some point here. I'll have that for the few other Sega things I still have to go through. But you can hear the sound on this is pretty good. It's got a good display. Now, it may look a little dim. It depends on the room, but there is a brightness control here you can tinker with to make it how you want. And I really think the screen on this was well done. I think this whole unit from Sega was nicely done. It is thick, but considering what it's doing, you know, giving you the entire Sega Genesis library on, you know, in a handheld form factor. At that time, again, not today with emulators and everything, but at that time, pretty good. And really, I mean, if you've been following this series, I certainly have a lot of emulators. When it comes to like screens and controls, it can be a mixed bag. So, the fact that, you know, we can, oh, I killed myself. Anyway, I'll keep playing this, but the fact that we can play this the way it was supposed to be on, you know, original hardware here from Sega, and you know, have a selection of Genesis games, it's really cool. It's a nice little system. So, I don't have too much else to say about it. I think these are uncommon. You can find them on eBay, you know, in different states. There is some sort of like screen. You can get like a better screen or something, maybe. I don't know. I don't really have a problem with the screen, but maybe these screens burn out after a while, or maybe the vertical or horizontal or something gets, you know, they get shifted. So, you know, they do have like people that will offer up repair on them, but I've had this for a very long time. It's seen a fair amount of use. I haven't used it in over 10 years, but when I did have, you know, use for it, I was playing it constantly, and it's still rock solid. So it's a nice piece of kit, good engineering. You know, I would probably, like, if I was going to spend money and I was going to get something retro that's a handheld, and I was looking at like Game Gear or like this, you know, or an Atari Lynx, I would get this, because you just have the entire Genesis library, and this can still be, you know, easily hooked up to a TV, and you get that whole 16-bit thing going on. It's just a nice package. Anyway, I won't talk any more about it, but Sega Nomad, it's a keeper, works well, and Bappy, homebrew game. Keep playing it. That's it. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.